Let's call this meeting to order. Today is Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. Time is 6 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and pray. Item number 2, establishment of a quorum. We have Commissioner Santana, Commissioner Diaz, Commissioner Avalos, Commissioner Bernal, Commissioner Glynn present. Item number 3, the public must notify the board to speak on certain agenda items. Time limit is 5 minutes. Public can comment by calling 915-213-3008, where the PIN code for this meeting is 542-286-62#, or in a person with a sign-in sheet. Commissioners, item number 4, consent agenda. Anything you'd like to pull out of consent agenda, Commissioners?
No, sir. Motion to approve?
Second.
I'm going. I have a consent agenda. I have a motion by Commissioner Santana, second by Commissioner Diaz. Commissioner Diaz?
Aye.
Commissioner Santana?
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos?
Aye.
Commissioner Glynn?
Aye.
Commissioner Bernal?
Aye.
Motion carries. Commissioners, we have a long list of people that are signed up for public comment. And we will begin with the Honorable Mary Gonzalez.
Good evening. Wonderful commissioners, chief, assistant chief. I know all of y'all know me, but for the public, my name is Mary Gonzalez. I'm proudly serve as state representative for eastern part of El Paso County. I was thinking about my remarks today, and all I could think about was how important this emergency service district is to this community. I wish 10 years ago, but in 1993, December was the coldest night of the year. Some of you know this story, but I don't know if all of you do. My family, we used to have a goat dairy over here in La Isla. And in the middle of the night, our house caught on fire. And my dad, woke up by happenstance. We didn't have a fire alarm and saw the fire, called the fire department, for Fabens Fire Department. And at the time, back in 1993, there weren't good street signs. So the fire department actually went the wrong way. And so by the time the fire department got to our house and we were outside in the freezing cold, they had the fire truck and they had just enough water to stop the fire from growing, but not stopping the fire completely. And they ran out of water. So then they had to come back to the fire station, get more water and get back. But by that time we had lost everything. But we're still super grateful for the Fabens Fire Department, because had they not been there, we would have lost more. Our barn, the hay for the goats, everything. I know firsthand how important this district is to our region. So when we're talking about a facility that has 8,500 people in a community that is already under-resourced, with some people not even having basic infrastructure. When we moved from Fabens to Clint, my dad still hauls his water, still live down the road with a septic tank. So when we're thinking about what it would take for the basic infrastructure, I just don't think our community has it. Imagine if, very similar to the night when my house burned down, there was a fire at the detention center. What would your emergency service volunteers and leaders do? Would they have enough water? Well, what if there's another fire just down the road at Mamacitas? My favorite place. You smile because I would be, I mean, it would be heartbreaking for our community. But could our community handle a fire at a detention center and a fire at an establishment? We couldn't. We don't have the resources. We don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the people power. And it's just a very real reality. Today, you have on the upcoming weeks, you have a decision about how you can make sure our community stays safe and healthy. And so unfortunately, this detention center really takes us back from all the growth that this emergency service district and the leadership has done for our community. And it's important for me to talk about the basic needs of our district because that's what your job is. I would be remiss to say that it's also because we can't ignore the dehumanizing elements of a facility like this. We already know that in Camp East Montana, there have been deaths. I know because you do service to keep people healthy and safe, that you would feel awful should there be a similar scenario in our community. And we can really say that we just don't have the capacity to do this, not just because of the reality of water and wastewater and emergency services and volunteers and leaders, but also because of the capacity of our hearts. We just can't. It is just not who we are as a border community. You know, I know that you have very difficult jobs, you're volunteers yourselves. And so all I want to say is, A, thank you for your service. B, my office is always here as it has always been to help you think through the logistical issues, to think through how to make sure our community is healthy and safe. We have legal advice and guidance that we can provide in order to make sure you are crossing all your T's and dotting on all your I's. And I know you have other support, so I'm not saying they're not also helpful, but we are here too. And we are here because we are very concerned for the variety of reasons that all the variety of harms that this detention center would bring to our community. So as you work through all of the things you have to work through, I urge you to continue to be the leaders that I know you are and think and prioritize strengthening our existing services for our constituents and for our region instead of putting additional strains on our system, whether that's our hearts, our water, our service leaders, or just our souls. So thank you so much, and I'm always here to support you all.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Mr. Saul Gonzalez.
Good evening. So my name is Saul Gonzalez. I'm an organizer with Sembrando Esperanza. I'm here in opposition to the detention center. Just a little bit of background. I graduated from Socorro High School. I was in the program of the Socorro Police Explorers from 2017 to 2019. I was a captain of this program in 2018 and 2019, sorry. And through this program, we did some collaborations with some of the agencies that we have here, either trainings, programs, activities, or through Skills USA. What I learned from that, of course, a lot of things about law, but most about ethics and doing the right thing when no one's watching. Right now, everyone's watching what's happening in El Paso. And today is one of those days where we are gonna implement those ethics. What values do our community has? So I'm gonna ask you to join the city of Socorro and the county in opposition to this to these detention centers, and also data centers that are a threat to the resources of the region. Right now, we don't have the capacity, we don't have the infrastructure to support these types of projects. They don't reflect the values of our community. So I'm gonna ask you all to don't take action on this, have conversations with the county and the city of Socorro and join us in this fight. Let's find legal mechanisms that we can hold the federal government accountable. And again, thank you for your service and thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gonzalez.
Next, we have the Honorable Cristina Sanchez.
Good evening. My name is Cristina Sanchez, and I have the honor of serving as your elected El Paso County Attorney. And so I am here, one, in my capacity as the El Paso County Attorney, and then two, I wanted to provide just some comments on my behalf in my official capacity as a resident and as a constituent of this community. First of all, I have the privilege of serving and providing counsel to the El Paso County Commissioners Court. We had addressed this particular item as it pertains to the building of a detention facility with Commissioners Court. During public action a couple of weeks ago, the court had charged my office as well as a couple of individuals from the county, from county staff, to reach out to our stakeholders, which would include ESD, City of Socorro, others, to gather information, to share information that we have, and of course, to offer support, because there is a public purpose here in ensuring that the health and the safety of this community is met and is adhered to. And of course, that is a county charge and something that the El Paso County Commissioners take very seriously. I would also like to add that we have shared some of our information. We have also provided and will make ourselves available to your all's legal counsel, to your staff, to provide whatever support and research that we can provide into this matter. We understand, maybe this federal government didn't understand, but we understand that this is really an unprecedented moment in history. This is an unprecedented moment for communities like Socorro, for jurisdictions such as the emergency services districts in order to meet this capacity. We are talking about a facility of 8,500 individuals. So even aside from the moral implications of what this means and what that potentially could come about of the building of this facility, there are real ramifications in terms of the resources that will have to be expended for this type of facility. And so what I would say and what I would implore is those questions should be answered and must be asked by the individuals who want to put this facility in this community. And they have to answer those questions for you. They may indicate that we are fast tracking and we are going to move this, but there are processes that the federal government themselves has to adhere to, have to provide for. Our community doesn't deserve any less than that. The community members that reside in this area do not deserve anything less than that. So that's on that side in terms of being able to provide those resources. We do stand ready. We have provided some of that information already, but I wanted to make sure that I introduced myself to each of you and to also make sure that I honed in on that message. In my own individual capacity, it is very concerning of yet another federal mandate coming to our community. You don't have to go very far to see the concertina wire along the border, of influx of individuals that have come to this community to create a war zone type of activity here in our community. And so even if we are okay with that, what we should not be okay with is El Paso always, as a border community, as a loving and receptive community, standing by and accepting that. And even if that is not a charge, what we should also be concerned is, what does that say to businesses that want to come to this community and do business here? When we are talking about, one, resource allocations and what that potentially could mean, when we talk about what our border looks like, instead of a beautiful community, looking like a war zone and potentially housing, not one with Camp East Montana and Fort Bliss, but two, housing an 8,500 plus facility. And that is not even counting the amount of individuals that would be needed to staff that, assuming that they staff it at the appropriate levels. And so those are policy considerations that I hope that every governing body, that this ESD, maybe this was not something on your bingo card when you started and serving on this, but it has fallen on all of our laps. But it is going to take a collective effort to address that. And so I wanted to make sure that you all felt that support and that you understood that that support was there and that the county is committed to providing that resource. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sanchez.
Next up, we have Mr. Robert Venus Vines.
Right.
My name is Robert Vines. My grandmother is German. She said that Hitler's theme was Make America Great Again. He blamed Germany's problems on the Jews. Their concentration camps for the Jews were called detention centers. Today, Donald Trump is saying that we could make America great again if we just got rid of the immigrants. Yet when the FBI rolled up all the numbers from all the police stations in the country, they found that an immigrant is far less likely to commit a crime than an American citizen. Immigrants make cities more or safer, which is probably the reason that El Paso is consistently rated as one of the safest cities in the country. We're 82% Hispanic, and a lot of them are immigrants. The Jews didn't do anything wrong, and the immigrants haven't done anything wrong. Many come here for a better life, and it takes a lot of initiative, persistence, and perseverance to make it here safely. And those are exactly the characteristics that make the best employees and the best workers. Others came out of desperation. It was their last chance at life. There are too many of those. Many that are doing this are saying that we are Christians just following the law. Christ was crucified because he didn't follow the law. Where would we be today if he had followed the law? My grandmother also said that Auschwitz was a pretty little town, not too far from the annexed part of Germany where she lived. No one remembers that it was a pretty little town, but they sure remember the name. We don't want El Paso County to have that same reputation. She said that Germans at the time simply kept quiet, thinking that things would get better on their own. We can't make that same mistake. I don't know what role the emergency services district can play in keeping another concentration camp out of this county, but I'm sure here to ask you to try. You only have one chance to stand up in this against this heartbreaking cruelty being imposed on some of the most valuable members of our community. And we only have one chance to keep El Paso County from developing the same reputation as Auschwitz. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vines.
Next, we have Mr. Barry Walter.
Gentlemen, and I thank you for your honorable service, and I thank you as part of our humanity and to all of our humanity that's here tonight. I'm here to reaffirm opposition to the 8,500 proposed bed ICE concentration camp and ask the ESD2 to maintain its strong commitment to fire safety and enforce its fire codes and regulations to the highest standard, believing that the safety is shared responsibility, and encourage open communication, accountability, and collaboration with the city of El Paso, the county of El Paso, the Clint Fire Department, Fabens Fire Department and Rescue, Socorro Fire, West Valley Fire, Montana Fire, San Azario Fire, and the Marshall Division. This is a real, I think, real serious time that we're all up against. And, I come here with my mask on because I'm just getting over being pretty sick from what would be called a common cold. But it's really left me with a real sense of gratitude and gratefulness that I can be here and that we all can be here and that we can be healthy. And when I was sick, boy, did I rely on NyQuil and Alka-Seltzer and Tylenol and Vicks and all these things and products that these people in these concentration camps, I'm sure, are not getting these. And so I think part of the medical services too, that you guys are also part of, is, make sure they got the highest standards of medical care for these people, because they are our humanity. There are men, women, children, and they have families that aren't being supported at home, and they need these people to be released, not detained. So I urge you to do everything you possibly can to put a stop to this, to put a halt to this, to put a slowdown to this. Just whatever you possibly can. If we all can just stand up as humanity, we can stop this insanity. Hopefully with this one, if not next month or the month after, but at some point, this insanity has to stop. I thank you all. And I
Thank you, sir.
all for being here.
Next, we have Evelyn Chappelle.
Hello. My name is Evelyn, and I I don't think that this new detention center should be built, because like in the last few that we've had, or not few, a lot, but the people there have not been treated well, and like I can't imagine living there where like I don't know, sorry, but they've uh, they've had bad plumbing. They've been getting like really sick and had to go to the hospital, and they're eating spoiled food. And I feel like that if these people that want to build these, like the new detention centers and concentration camps, I guess, like if they can't reach higher standards, make sure these people are getting what they need, then they shouldn't build them. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I was signed up right after her, I promise.
Go right ahead.
My name's Daniel Rivera. I am a part of Indivisible, the 915, but I'm here as a community member. I graduated from Mountain View out in the Montana Vista area, go Lobos. I graduated from UTEP, go Miners, but also go Justice and go Humanity. You've heard tonight, you have the support of, it seems like a lot of people who will back the opposition of this detention center. And you've heard logistics, and you've heard the voices of the people who have come before us. And so I'm not a very eloquent person. So I'm just here to say that I also oppose this. And I want to appeal to your humanity. My daughter spoke to the people being hurt. What's your name? Getting sick, due to lack of proper resources, lack of proper building code in the detention center out in Camp East, Montana. And every day it seems like we're waking up to new horrors, new bad news, people getting hurt, people getting lost. And I think as a community, El Pasoans don't stand by this. I feel like I'm just a drop in the bucket to all these voices that are out here speaking. And it's it'll be important for us when we wake up and read the local news that we don't hear about there was a homicide in a federal facility just down the street from us. When we talk about Fabens and when we talk about Socorro, when we talk about El Paso, when we're home, we don't want to keep hearing about how people, immigrants, just like much of what our community is filled with, are being abused, being treated inhumanely. So just a reminder, we're all connected, we're all people, we're all human. And I appeal to that tonight just to say that we oppose this. And we thank you for taking the time to hear us. And thank you for your service.
Thank you, Mr. Rivera.
Next up, we have Mr. Ellen Lizarraga. I hope I said that correctly.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Alan Lizarraga. I'm here on behalf of the Border Network for Human Rights. We're a community organization based in El Paso. We do community work. So we have community structures in Socorro, Clint, Montana Vista, all those areas, pretty much from Eagle Pass all the way to Albuquerque. What we do is we educate our community on their human and constitutional rights. Today I'm here to state our opposition to this detention center, to urge you again to stand in community with us, with our families that are obviously terrified about this development. And I also today, as I was driving here, I took Montana to try to avoid traffic. And I passed by Camp East, Montana. And the feeling that I get every time that I pass by there, knowing that there are human beings in there being mistreated, knowing the stories that have come before us from, the multiple groups that are going inside the facility, knowing the mothers, the wives that call our office asking us to do something for their loved one inside there. And I can tell you that when I pass by there, that feeling, I can't get it out of my heart, of my chest. And then obviously I got, we were coming over here and I started seeing, the landscape, the sunset. And I know this sounds maybe, this is not enough, but knowing that if this construction, if the center is allowed to take place in this community, knowing that many of our own community members are going to feel this way about driving through here, about being around this sector, I think that should matter to us. I think it should matter about what values our community stands for. And again, today what we're asking you is to stand in community with us, to work with us as we try to fight for the dignity that our families deserve. I ask you again to hold the federal government accountable to high standards on fire suppression systems, and that you communicate those standards without any compromise. I think all of us in the things that we do each day, we hold ourselves to the highest standards, and this is something that requires that same commitment. And with that, I thank you for welcoming us to come and speak before you, and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lizarraga.
Next up, we have Margarita Arbizu.
Buenas tardes, yo lo voy a hacer en español, no sé si tengan algún problema.
No hay problema.
Está bien, ok. Bueno, muy buenas tardes, mi nombre es Margarita Arbizu y yo soy residente de Montana Vista, ya tengo muchos años viviendo en esa área, pero yo sí quiero hacerles una pregunta a ustedes esta tarde. ¿Creen ustedes que estos centros de detención son humanos? Aquí está la pregunta. Sabemos que nuestra comunidad, ¿verdad?, necesita estar segura. Y yo me opongo, ¿verdad?, que haya estos centros de detención como el que ya tenemos en East Montana. Sabemos todas las condiciones que han pasado ahí y yo sé que no es un lugar tan bonito como para que alguien esté, ni mucho menos alguien de nuestras familias. Pero yo, ¿verdad?, me preocupa mucho que esta la seguridad de estos lugares y sobre todo ustedes que saben de qué estándares tienen que tener, ¿verdad? Cada uno de estos edificios para prevenir a lo mejor incendios y saber si tenemos el flujo suficiente de agua, porque imagínense si sucede un incidente, ¿cómo van a salir las personas de este lugar? Entonces, las vidas de estas personas que lleguen a estar en ese lugar, porque sabemos que va a haber una capacidad para 8,500 camas. Simplemente se están hablando de camas, no se están hablando de seres humanos ni de personas. Entonces, eso es muy lamentable porque no estamos viendo, o sea, la humanidad y las personas que pueden estar en estos centros de detención y lo que van a padecer ahí. Podríamos ser nosotros. Gracias a Dios no nos ha tocado y no nos va a tocar. Pero en sus manos está de que la seguridad de estas personas, si llegan a estar ahí, estén salvaguardadas y que si sucede, como les digo, un incendio, lo puedan ir a apagar rápidamente y no haya vidas que podamos lamentar y que podamos decir, no hubo suficiente flujo de agua, no se hizo lo posible, no había las regulaciones necesarias, tanto estatales, federales o a nivel ciudad. ¿Por qué? Porque hubo una negligencia y simplemente para abrir un centro de detención y a lo mejor no sabemos, ¿verdad? Pero esto es un flujo de dinero que está trayendo mucho dinero a empresas privadas. Y yo sé, ¿verdad? Que es muy importante, ¿verdad? El dinero, pero no tan importante como los seres humanos ni una vida. Entonces yo sí les pido que consideren abrir este centro porque yo me opongo, porque a mí me importa la seguridad, no nomás de mi comunidad, sino la seguridad de otras personas. Yo también trabajo para Border Network for Human Rights y es para mí muy importante que la gente esté segura y que todos estemos seguros. Muchas gracias por escucharme.
Muchas gracias, mi servicio.
Next up, we have Alicia Ballesteros.
Good afternoon. My name is Alisa Ballesteros, and I'm also a part of Border Network for Human Rights. I work with the youth group, and I come today to, sorry, I joined the city of Socorro and the county of El Paso in the call against the detention center. Like we know it's for 8,500 beds, but in reality, how much people are they going to hold in there? You know, we don't know how many children are going to be there, how many mothers pregnant. You know, it's heartbreaking. And it's just like they shouldn't be there. It's little kids that are supposed to be in school.
It's okay.
And I just ask that you guys don't support anything that has to do with that.
Thank you, Ms. Ballesteros.
Next up, we have Lucia Aguilera, I believe it says.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Soy la señora Aguilera, también yo voy a hablar en español. Pues yo también me uno a la llamada de la ciudad de Socorro y el condado del Paso para oponerme a la construcción de una instalación de más de 8,500 camas también. Eso es lo que ellos supuestamente dicen, que probablemente son 8,500, pero pues es un secreto a voces lo que ya sabemos anteriormente, como era en el lugar de Fort Bliss, también que decían que era una capacidad para ciertas personas y al final eran para 5,000 personas. Sabemos también, no es un secreto a voces, también sabemos las condiciones deplorables que hay en el campo de Montana, en el campo de las carpas, que le llaman así, lugares donde ya sabemos de personas que nos hablan y nos dicen que hay, si es un lugar céntrico donde se supone que hay suficiente flujo de agua, suficiente flujo de todo eso, hay sanitarios tapados, o sea, lugares donde son cuartos de 6 a 8 sanitarios, los cuales funcionan solamente 2 o 3 porque no hay suficiente presión de agua, siendo un área central. Lugares deplorables donde han fallecido personas, donde no queremos que esto siga sucediendo, donde queremos que sea un lugar que la comunidad esté segura, que no esté nada más pensando si salgo, ¿qué me va a pasar? Si salgo, tal vez si llego a llegar a ese lugar, puedo morir. O sea, ya ni siquiera voy a un proceso, sino tal vez voy a morir por la situación deplorable que está por allá. Las malas condiciones de la alimentación, las malas condiciones de salud. Entonces, les pido por favor, humildemente, que ustedes no den su voto, porque su pasión es salvar vidas y no poner más vidas en peligro. Gracias.
Gracias, Ms. Aguilera.
Next up, we have Yvonne Diaz.
Good evening. My name is Yvonne Diaz. I'm with the ACLU of Texas. I live 10 minutes away from the warehouse, and we are once again strongly opposing the detention center in Socorro. Places like this do not uphold the human dignity we all deserve, and I want to encourage you to not be part of this. We are a community already struggling for resources. In Horizon View States, the community has been struggling with an overwhelmed sewage system for years. I ask you, how will this facility impact our already overburdened water system? Adding a large number of people to a facility designed for industrial use or for dense residential occupancy will be expensive and will endanger our access to water and sewage. I looked into your budget for the 2025-2026 fiscal year, and a new facility for over 8,000 human beings is not in it. I ask again, who will pay for the tab? Who will pay for it after this administration is gone? Please do not support this operation that will only harm our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Diaz.
Is there anyone else in person that would like to speak? Sir, you already spoke, did you not? Go ahead. Commissioners, we go with him speaking again?
Yes, sir.
Go right ahead, sir.
I just noticed today, I live in Horizon City, and on Horizon City Boulevard, they had a big electronic sign now that says, please conserve your water. We just don't know. We live in a desert, so we don't know when we're going to get even our normal amount of rain, which we're quite behind in right now. The other point I wanted to bring to mention is coming here, I notice on the right and the left of I-10, there's two mirrored buildings that look about the same size, two warehouses. I'm not sure which one is currently planned. But if we make this easy to put in a concentration camp at one of them, how are we going to stop the one from going across the street or across the freeway from going in too? Thank you for consideration.
Thank you, sir.
Commissioners, we will now be going to the people that have signed up via virtual. We will begin with the any number 1010. 1010, are you there? Can you? 1010, are you there?
May I introduce myself?
Yes, please.
All right, my name is Carol Weston. I live in El Paso, Texas, and I'm calling to say very clearly I do not support detention in Socorro, Texas. And I do think the role that the ESD is already carrying out in terms of fire safety and enforcing fire codes and regulations, that's important. Our community, I've lived in El Paso for a long time. Our community is a sharing community, and we do not want this to be a community that has a concentration camp and is basically constantly deporting people out of here. So I urge you to do whatever you can to not let that happen. Do you need any other information from me?
No, ma'am. Just to confirm, your phone number ends in 1010, is that correct?
No, my phone number is 915-490-6666. 7477.
Okay, thank you for your call.
Thank you. Okay.
It's not allowing me. 1010. It's not allowing.
If
Hi,
your
yes,
number's
good evening.
1010,
Can you
go
hear
ahead.
me?
Yes, go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, I'm number 1010. Hi, good evening, my commissioners. My name is Ana Resta. I'm the border chaplain for the Rio Grande Borderland Ministry, part of the Episcopal Diocese of the Rio Grande. We're New Mexico and El Paso up to the Big Bend. As people of faith, we do not support our community being criminalizing our migrants in detention centers, and especially in warehouses. Stand with the El Paso County and the city of Socorro to oppose this evil. Yes, it is evil. People are murdered. They have died in there, are treated horribly in these detention centers. I visit people at Camp East Montana, Fort Bliss, and at the El Paso Processing Center weekly. This is not what God wants. God says, liberate my people. There is suffering and separation of families. A man I visit has been living here for 30 years, was detained. His wife are citizen, his children are citizens, and he was on his way to work. I asked, he's been locked up for 6 months. He's separated from his family. I asked him on Monday at the detention center, what did you eat for dinner? He said, 3 slices of carrots, some peas, and a piece of bread. A woman with cancer was detained 6 months at East Montana, never given treatment. Released this month, cancer has spread all through her body. This is why it's evil. As our leaders, we need you to work to stop this evil. Use the tools you possess to stop the dehumanizing centers. God calls you to be a light in the darkness. Our church prays that you are filled with strength and courage to stand up against this evilness of putting human beings in warehouses and locking them up. Human beings, not criminals. God says, liberate my people. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Reza.
Now, if your phone number is 1341, you're next. You're next.
Hello.
Go ahead, sir.
All right. My name is John Russell. I'm a retired school teacher from EPISD and on. Anyway, I think we need to bear in mind that the way people like Hitler and other dictators maintain power or get power is by little we sort of acquiesce to the different things that are going on around us. And if enough people do that, then all kinds of horrendous things can happen, like this East Montana concentration camp and the one they have planned in there. But ordinary people, you, me, and I thank you for allowing us to speak, and just the rest of us, if we do not acquiesce, if we stand up, fight back, and do what we can to prevent these things from happening, that's how you stop authoritarian dictatorship governments. This one we have there in Washington, Trump, he's incapable of governing, so he scapegoats anybody and everybody in order to get our minds off of the real problems in this country, which is injustice and poverty and wealth among poor people. But if you can stand with us and stand with the rest of the community as a board, and I thank you for your service, by the way. And I think we have a real good chance of preventing this abomination from being created. But it'll take all of us together, all of our voices, all of our actions, whatever we can do. But if we do not do anything. This will happen. So stay loud, stay angry, but also stay joyful with each other. And as they say, we shall overcome, but by any means necessary, if necessary. God bless all of you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, John.
We have next, if your number is 1342. Hello, 1342. Okay, we're gonna go on to 4126. You're up next.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello, commissioners. My name is Juan Ortiz, and I'm here to say that we do not support the detention center in Socorro, Texas. I am from an organization called Casa Carmelita and La Cruz Rosa that aids migrants inside and outside of detention centers. And we oppose all of these concentration camps, not only on grounds of insustainability, but on moral ones as well. As activists who leave water out in the surrounding deserts to migrants crossing through our area who would otherwise die because of their lack of access to it, we see upfront the drastic importance of water to life in the desert. In fact, our area is now the sector with the most deaths on the border, and this is a matter of fact. Personally, I grew up in Sparks, going to Horizon Heights Elementary via school bus that used the dry riverbed as a road to get to school. We had to bring in potable water and live without city sewage and paved roads while living in Horizon. Like so many have said before, it was hard living without these hard-fought amenities now accessible to Socorro residents and the surrounding area. The struggle of the Texas colonias to get water are well known and documented. Let us not use that hard-fought precious resource on an immoral project of human warehousing and degradation. I'm also here to say that the role of the ESD is to enforce fire codes, such an important role to protect our community and our reputation. We ask you to uphold your commitment to public safety, and we're here to reaffirm our opposition to not only this 8,500-bed ICE detention center, but also the others in our community. We ask ESD2 to keep its strong commitment to fire safety and enforce its fire codes and regulations to the highest standards. We believe safety is a shared responsibility, encourage open communication and accountability and collaboration with our community. We ask that the ESD hold the federal government accountable to our city's highest standards on fire suppression systems and communicate those standards without compromise. The community supports you in this public safety effort. And thank you for this opportunity to speak tonight.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ortiz.
Next, we have 4243. Your number is 4243. You're up next. Okay, we're going up to 6405. You're up next.
Can you?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
I'm 6405.
Go ahead, ma'am. State your name.
Yes, my name is Jana Garcia. And I'm speaking tonight to let you know that I do not support this detention center that is going to house 8,500 people. Just think about that number, 8,500 people. It's incredible to me that they would consider putting that many people in a place like a warehouse that was built to stash merchandise in boxes. It wasn't meant for human beings. And so I'm urging the Emergency Services District do not vote to approve or move forward on this project. There are just too many critical issues that are left unresolved. One of them being the impact on services to the community. And obviously there are a lot of problems related to meeting fire safety standards and the feasibility of making this work for that kind of those kinds of numbers, and also meeting the fire codes. It's just incredible to me that would even be considered. We need more studies to make sure that the problems posed by this center can be addressed adequately. This is not just for the detainees that are going to be housed there, but also for the community as a whole. The federal government should be accountable for following safety codes and all standards. There should be no compromises, no shortcuts. There's no need to be reckless and rush this decision. There's just too much at stake. And voters are very concerned, and they really oppose the center. And we really hope that you will think about all of these things before you move forward. Thank you so much for the time to speak.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia.
Next, we have 5722. 5722. Five, 722. Okay, no, 5722. We're gonna go back up. I believe we missed or didn't answer 1342. You're up next.
Yes.
Go ahead. You're up next.
Hello,
Yes.
my name is Connie Crawford. I'm a retired county employee, and I would like your board to know that in the last few weeks, since the horrible news came that the federal government was in the process of buying 3 warehouses near our homes, I've spoken with many, many people. Not one single person was in favor of that facility, those buildings being used to warehouse people in our community. This is a loving community, and we are counting on you so that this doesn't happen in our community. We need decision makers like you to stop this from happening so that when people hear of our town, they don't immediately think of Alcatraz or Auschwitz. Thank you for the time, sirs.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now we have 5722 that's been waiting. Go ahead. Five, 722.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Shay Cohen-Jones, and thank you so much for the opportunity to speak tonight. I just wanted to emphasize that detention centers or concentration camps are a major public safety issue in their entirety, with the disease outbreaks inside of them, abuse by guards, lack of access to clean water and sufficient food, just lack of proper access to hygiene. I urge any possible tools that you have available to you to be used to, as many community members have over the past several weeks been urging, be used to intervene in the opening of these warehouses to cage human beings. Specifically, the fire codes and I believe that, I support the use of all efforts towards, maximum fire safety be used. It's a real concern with these warehouses, the extraction of resources from this community already in the desert, and also with the, them being warehouses, it's a real concern the safety of people inside and how the buildings will be regulated. So please, any resources at your disposal, any tools at your disposal, I urge you to use in stopping this from opening. Thank you.
Thank you.
Last but not least, we have 4243. 4243, you're up next. You're up next. Okay, Commissioners. El Paso County ESC number 2 is now entering into closed meeting pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551-071 to consult with the district attorney concerning all matters identified on the agenda where the board members seek advice from their attorney as privileged communication. Today's date is Wednesday, February 25th, 2026, and the time is 6:56 p.m. El Paso County ESD number 2 has completed its closed meeting. The date is Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. Time is 7:24 p.m. Item number 7, take action on Socorro Detention Center.
No action is going to be taken. However, as a board, we would like to make a statement. This is just from our website, our mission statement. We protect and educate the citizens of El Paso County by enforcing fire codes, conducting fire investigations, and providing emergency fire and medical services. Our responsibilities lie in life safety, the safety of our firefighters and staff, the safety of our community, to include residents, visitors, and anyone just passing through. Every life is precious. As a board, we will continue to support our fire chief and legal on any actions that are within our purview.
And especially our school children, as a school teacher, it's awesome to see someone your age come and speak and voice your opinion. I wish there were more kids like you. With that said, we stand shoulder to shoulder with the county, with Judge Samaniego. We stand shoulder to shoulder with the county commissioners, with State Representative Gonzalez, State Representative Perez, and everyone else who has reached out to us. Every life is precious. Our firefighters, when they respond, they don't check for documentation. Our firefighters see a human in need and they respond and they help. And that's where our stance is tonight. So I just wanted to say that to let you know that our job is to enforce the fire code. Our job is to make sure that whatever facility people are in, warehouses are in, stores, homes, that they're up to code and that they're safe for the human beings that are in that facility. And we will do that job, whether it's whatever comes our way, we're ready to do that. And as our president said, we're here to support chief and our legal. But again, we stand shoulder to shoulder with you. But thank you for being here, all your opinions. We stand shoulder to shoulder with the judge, with our representatives, with all the county commissioners, and most importantly, for dignity and human life. So thank you.
Commissioners, can we take a 15-minute recess?
Yes, sir.
Stand by, Commissioners. We actually had 2 people show up late. Yvonne Diaz. Oh, I'm sorry. Charlotte Weiss.
My name is Charlotte Weiss, and I'm a staff attorney at Texas Civil Rights Project and a resident of El Paso County. I thank you for your courage and your leadership on this important issue to oppose all developments of the proposed facility in Socorro. We can't have a detention facility in Socorro for 2 reasons. First, because we already know of the abuses and the deaths that have happened at the recently constructed Campus Montana. And second, because building another detention center diverts vital resources from the city of Socorro, as you all know. Campus Montana is a crystal ball for the abuses and deaths that will happen at the proposed facility in Socorro. For the last 4 months, I have visited individuals weekly at Fort Bliss's Campus Montana to document the abuses they face there. Each week, I speak with individuals who are given meals the size of a fist and whose meals cause them to vomit and have diarrhea. Each week, I speak with individuals who have been asking for medical care for weeks and still have not seen a doctor. Each week, I speak with individuals who are beaten up by the guards, including when they ask for basic necessities such as prescription medication and sufficient food. Most concerning,
3 individuals have died at Camp East Montana in the span of 6 weeks, 42 days. Their names are Francisco Gaspar Cristobal Andres, Geraldo Lunas Campos, and Victor Manuel Diaz. Our El Paso County medical examiner ruled Geraldo's death a homicide. What happens at Camp East Montana matters because Camp East Montana is a crystal ball into what life and death will look like for individuals detained at the proposed facility in Socorro. The abuses that happen daily at Camp East Montana will only perpetuate in a proposed facility that is almost double its capacity. Second, building another detention center diverts vital resources from the city of Socorro, resources that you all know are essential to ensure the safety and well-being of this community, regardless of their immigration status, such as fire safety and emergency medical services. I thank you for your courage and your leadership in opposing the development of this new facility. I ask that you all continue to stand up to demand that no more immigration detention centers are built in this city and in this county. And I thank you for continuing to advocate for this community so that we can build an immigration system that recognizes the dignity and humanity of all immigrants in our communities. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Weiss.
Thank you, ma'am. Commissioners, Chief Esparza wanted a 15-minute break. So we're going to go ahead and pause for 15 minutes. Thank you all.
El Paso County will be resuming its normal meeting. We're going to be heading to item number 5, discuss an action on command transition leadership and provide guidance requirements and expectations to the San Luis Estadio Fire Department. Submitted by Chief Esparza. Chief, ready?
Good evening, Commissioners.
How you doing, Chief?
I'm doing pretty good today. How about you guys?
Excellent.
Chief, can you tell us right quick who the new chain of command is?
My new chain of command will be myself as Fire Chief, Peter Lindsay as Assistant Chief. And Norma Treviso will remain as Administrator.
All right.
I'm sorry, you said Mr. Lindsay is going to be the Assistant Chief?
That's correct.
And then Mr. Alvarado?
Will be Captain.
And then Londra Treviso?
Alondra Treviso will be Lieutenant.
Okay. Chief, did you have time to go over the SOG?
I did, yes.
Any questions that you might have? Anything that sticks out to you right now?
The only question that I had was for the time frame that we have for submittal for submission of the contract packet.
Okay.
That was my main concern. It wasn't on there.
Okay, the contract packet is towards the end of the year. Okay, so it'll be the September timeline,
So anytime in September, before the 31st.
way before the 31st, because then we have to review it and then get back to you as to if you had any deficiencies on it. But if you look at the requirements, most of it is things that we are handling on your behalf.
Right.
The only thing we're requesting is for you to handle your section. So I want to touch a couple of bases, right? Just on the SOGs. Chapter 2. Mr. Lindsay, do you have a copy? This is the current right here. Can I have you sign that you received one also, sir? So I want to make sure you get familiar with chapter 2, the election of the volunteer fire chiefs, fire officers. Oh, no. Chapter 3, the volunteer fire chief's responsibilities. Chapter 12, the take-home vehicle policies. Chapter 16, the contract request requirements. Chapter 22, all our request forms that we have for necessities. Chapter 28. And I skipped on a couple on the very top, which is Chapter 4, your constitution and bylaws that are supposed to be up to date for from you to us. Chapter 5, the contracted fire department meetings. And Chief, how many members do you have total right now in the department?
Right now we have 19.
19. And how many of those are fully certified firefighters?
We have 5 fully certified.
I'm sorry?
We have 5 fully certified. EMS and fire. Six.
Okay. In here, you will also find the requirement for how long they had to have be fully certified.
Yes, sir, 2 years.
Yes. And it also stipulated when that rule came about. And then it also, chapter 14 will outline the alcohol and drug testing. When it has to be done, how it should be done. And if you don't know the number of the person to call, you can always ask us. Now, Chief, right now, if you were to look at everybody's packet, do they all have a driving history and a criminal history?
Sir.
So I need you to go back and verify that. In chapter 20, every year, logistics will be getting with you and going over all the assets that are assigned to that station. That you will have to sign off that you still have those because they're going to inventory those. And if a piece of equipment is not in there, you will have to give an answer as to why it's missing. And then the chapter 26 is about to be updated. All requests for use of facility other than what you're using for your day-to-day training, that's on you. But everything else, it has to come to us for approval. Okay. Equipment standardization, as you've seen, we've been standardizing all equipment to make it easier for us to maintain our equipment. And also the vehicles have been standardized. They will all be red and white. Anything right now that you would like to ask questions, sir, or concerns?
No, that was my only concern, the timeframes on the contract packet.
And like I told you, if by September you submit your packet, complete it with everything that's outlined there, we will review it. We will let you know if you had any deficiencies, and then you will be docked in accordance to what that document says, right? And it's stipulated there, it's $2,000 per item.
So on here, it says 1,000, so it went up to 2,000?
It was 2,000, right? Yeah, we lowered it to 1,000 because I think we changed a couple of things, sorry.
Okay, so it's 1,000.
Yes, it's 1,000. Because we cover most of the things now. But most importantly, sir, what we're looking for is for all your staff to be trained. There should be no reason that you have 6 certified out of 19. And it's stipulated in there that they must be both fire and medical. And at the very least, ECA. We've had 7 academies. Anything else?
Not at this moment.
Commissioners, any questions?
Yes, sir. Chief, just a reminder, anything that you need to brought up to a meeting, an agenda item, you can either go to Chief Esparza or myself. Sometimes it's stuff that we don't even have to take it up to the board. It's something that can be resolved. I'm not saying between us, but it's stuff that doesn't need to become an agenda item. So anytime you need something, you can email Chief Esparza or myself, all right? And I always answer. I know you're starting, midterm, I guess. I think we can work with you if there's some help that you need. Right now, you need to start certifying your firefighters, and there's time limits. We can help you out with that too. I mean, all we have to do is talk about it, discuss it. We're not here to dock you on anything. On the contrary, we want to help you guys to become successful, a good, successful department. Not that you weren't, but now that you're the chief, all right? So we're here for you. Whatever you need, pick up the phone, email, whatever you need, and we are going to work with you, right?
Appreciate it.
And also very important, Chief,
I know that sometimes not everything comes into play. It's not easy to learn everything overnight. You know, and it's hard to remember everything. And just remember, you've got a good support group over here on the side. You've got Chief Esparza, Assistant Chief Salcedo. And like he said, the man, Mr. Santana, is there all the time. I mean, we're all just a email away or a phone call away. So however we can help you out as board members, we're here to support you and make sure that, especially these guys, they're gonna make you successful. They're gonna help you out along, especially with the office and stuff like that, getting stuff situated, turned in, and make sure everything is perfect.
Oh, yeah, and don't forget that stipend program, if you guys are willing to start using it, we'd love to see that. It's just something good for our firefighters, our volunteers. I don't know what your stance is on it. It's up to you guys, but just know we have these programs, available for everybody. And we'd love to see everybody using them.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, we will be taking advantage of all these programs.
That is awesome. Yes. And logistics, I'm sure Chief Esparza has told you, they're there and they're a good department right now. They're an excellent department. Talk to them, talk to Cobos, whatever you guys need. All right.
Thank you. Yes, and I will be in contact, asking all the questions that,
Certainly.
I need answers to.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll figure anything out with you.
Thank you, Chief.
So what I'm gonna instruct, Chief, is that the logistics go do a full inventory of all your facility and tell you what is right now recorded under logistics that you all are supposed to have. And you will have to look for all that equipment if it's not coming up.
Understood?
Any other questions, sir?
No, sir.
Congratulations, Chief.
Congratulations
To you, Assistant Chief Lindsay.
Oh,
Thank you.
one more question, sir. Who's gonna be handling your training?
P. Lindsay.
Chief, if you need any help with the training records, you need to reach out to Rosie Edwards. Or to make it easier on you, sir, all you have to do is the sign-in sheet, email it to her, and she will enter all the training. Correct. But again, if you do it and it doesn't get done correctly, then you will have to be the one to go fix it. We can. That's why I'm saying she would be the one that you contact, and she could be the one to train you to do it. Commissioners, item number 5, discuss and take action on the command transition leadership, provide guidance and requirements and expectations to the San Isidro Fire Rescue. Any other questions, Commissioners? Any other concerns that you might have?
No, sir.
None, sir.
There will be no motion.
Make a motion.
Second.
Commissioner Diaz,
Aye.
Commissioner Santana,
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos, Commissioner Glidden,
Aye.
Commissioner Bernal.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 8, discuss and approve the next meeting to take place on Tuesday, March 17, 2026 at 6 p.m. via web or open to the public in person. Have a motion?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Diaz, second by Commissioner Glidden. Commissioner Diaz,
Aye.
Commissioner Santana,
Aye.
Commissioner Avalos, Commissioner Glidden,
Aye.
Commissioner Bernal.
Aye.
Motion carry. Adjournment at 8:04 p.m.